Hello folks, Grimith here with another episode in the series of The Curse of the Creeping Coffin. Presenting to you my desktop for a change because I have something I want to show you later which pertains to what you'll be hearing in the story. Voting closed a bit sooner than the last decisions did because giving McFarling $1 won by an overwhelming margin. There were only a few people who wanted to refuse giving this man $1. But for the sake of what-ifs, let's see what would happen if we refused to give McFarling money. Let's turn to page 74, folks. Maybe your grandmother was right. Maybe this guy can't be trusted. Maybe he's a scam artist. What do you want $1 for, you ask him. But before he can answer, the funky electronic box beeps one more time, real loud. Then all of a sudden, a lid on top flips open. You again. I missed that. That's the real reason why we're recording the desktop. Then all of a sudden, a lid on top flips open, and a small plastic hand pops out. Cool, you think. You've seen these things before. It's a gag bank. Your uncle had one, but his used dimes. It was a small black plastic box with a slot on top, just like McFarling's gadget. When you put a dime in the slot, a lid would fly open, and a plastic hand would pop out. The hand would grab the dime and pull it into the box. It cracked you up. But why is McFarling playing around with a trick bank? You're supposed to be hunting ghosts. Give me $1! Mac screams frantically. Mac! 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 Before you can answer him, the plastic hand reaches farther out of the box and grabs you by the throat. In the next instant, it pulls you into the box. You don't think your uncle's bank worked like this. Too bad you didn't have $1 when you needed it. The end. Bogus. Man, if you'd just given me $1. So the few of you who decided to refuse to give McFarling $1, you died. Good job. Everyone else, we are soldiering on to page 57. You reluctantly hand McFarling $1 bill. He folds the dollar in half twice. Then he jams it into a tiny slot of his electronic box. A minute later, the beeping stops. The box spits the $1 back out. I haven't done my Keanu Reeves voice in a while, so I gotta warm it up. If you're really us, what number are we thinking of right now? 69, dudes! Whoa! And I'm the Duke of Ted. Thanks, McFarling says. The spirit counter was jammed. He gives the $1 back to you. Weird, you think, but it seems to have worked. Then, McFarling stares at the red dials on his machine. Bad news, kid, McFarling says finally. By my count, there are 10 ghosts in the house already. That's way over my limit. You're on your own. He starts back toward his car. Wait, you call after him. You can't leave me here. Please, you have to help me. McFarling hesitates for a minute. Then he shrugs. Okay, he says. This is what I'm willing to do. I'll help you make a map of the graveyard. Come on. A map of the graveyard? What for, you wonder? But you don't ask questions. You just follow Mac into the cemetery and mute your microphone before you cough. Afterwards, you do what Mac tells you. An hour later, you've got a drawing of the first 4 rows of gravestones. To see the map, turn to page 127. Since you all don't have the book at home, here you go. That's page 127, folks. That's a map of the graveyard. Go us, go team. See at the top there, page 127, Grandma's house. And we have a list of names here on our graveyard, and then the rest of the graveyard. Now, we turn to page 65. But I'll leave that up there, just for you folks. You stare down at the map of gravestones in your hands. You wonder how it can possibly help. Big trouble, Max says, peering over your shoulder. The message is already almost completely spelled out. Man, I can't do his accent right now. What message, you ask, puzzled. Socrates, all we are is dust in the wind, dude. Okay, I got it. Look at these first 4 rows, he says, pointing at the paper. The rest of the graves don't matter. That's why I didn't put them on the map. Take a pen and circle the first letter of the last name on each tombstone. It spells out a message. Don't you see? No, you don't see, and you won't see until you do it. So do it. Turn to the map on page 127. Circle the first letter of the last name on each tombstone. It will spell out a message, or part of one. When you've discovered the message, turn to page 91. Now I have a program just for this sort of thing. Let's open up Paint. Okay. Now we've got our little Paint open, although the window's a little weird, so you're not really able to see it all the way, so I'll adjust these things. You guys didn't know you'd be getting a Let's Play of Paint in this now, did you? Let's zoom out a bit here. Alright, here we go. So, first letter, last name of each grave. Let's turn my lightsaber into a brush. Or we'll make it a pencil. Or we'll make it a brush. We'll make it a brush, that's fine. Color red. That's a Y. O. U. That was me dragging a window. You got a W. I. L. L. You will. D. I. S. Oh, wow, that was a terrible circle. I never said I was good with drawing with my mouse. I wasn't even trying on that one. Alright, I feel bad about that one. Let's try that one again. I blame the recorder. It's making my mouse lag on Paint, obviously. Okay, regardless. YOUWILLDISOON. Let's turn to page 91. Oh no, you gasp. You stare at the map and at the message spelled out on the gravestones. You will die soon. So that's the terrible message the graves are moving around to spell? And is the you, or is the curse directed at your grandma? Either way, it's super bad news. Mac, you say. There's only one letter missing. Only one more coffin has to creep into place and then the curse will be complete, Max says. He turns and walks back to his car. Wait, you call after him. He stops, but only long enough to pull out a business card. Here, he says, call me after you defeat the Keeper of the Sword. Then I'll tell you what to do next. Then he jumps back in his VW bug, leaving you standing in front of your grandmother's house. Oh, he calls as soon as he starts to drive off. 2 things to remember. Be sure to find out the name of the Keeper of the Sword, and stay away from the Luckmeyer twins. The Luckmeyer twins, you think? If you've met the Luckmeyer twins already, turn to page 8. If you haven't met them, turn to page 64. This will be a decision I'll make for you folks, because we haven't met the Luckmeyer twins. Therefore, we're turning to page 64. Missed opportunity. What would lie in store? Why would lie in store for us on page 8? You'll never know. Curses, the road not taken. No, damn you, Robert Frost. Page 64. I'll leave our spiffy little graveyard map up to depress all of you. Keep away from the Luckmeyer twins. That should be easy, no problem. Twins are pretty easy to spot. Then it hits you. Do they always stick together? Are they guys or girls? And how old are they? No way to know. Psst, their names are on the map. Maybe this will be more difficult than you thought. You slink into your grandmother's house. You feel creepy, knowing the place is loaded with ghosts. And how are you going to find the Keeper of the Sword? You don't have a clue. Your head swims as you wander up to the second floor. A door bangs open. It nearly hits you in the head. I accidentally hit the side of my mouse with that. You jump back and peer into a hall closet. I probably shouldn't have slammed that with my right hand either, considering my wrist. Oh, that was a little too hard. At least I didn't break the desk. I've done that before. Good times. So bam, the door bangs open and nearly hits you in the head. You jump back and peer into a hall closet. What do I do for this one? Don't go in there! A voice behind you warns. You whirl around and see a ghost, a teenager from another time. He's dressed in an old-fashioned black velvet suit with a frilly white shirt. His hair is slicked back and combed neatly behind his ears. He's smiling, but it's a sneaky smile. Should you listen to him? If you stay out of the closet, turn to page 12. If you see what's in the closet, turn to page 26. Do note that thus far we have dodged a death trap. Popular vote has, anyway, which I reveal with the McFarlane situation, and who knows what other things that we haven't witnessed, courtesy of the fact that we have chosen the path we have. This is another one of those situations where the wrong guess could mean death, or it could just be another road not taken. Son of a bitch, Robert Frost. He knew too much. All we are is dust in the wind, dude. Whatever I win, I keep. Whatever you win, I keep. Sounds good, Mr. the Kid. Alright, folks. That's enough. There are your two options. Stay out of the closet, or see what's in the closet. And you gotta keep in mind, do we have a Beretta to pull out if we go into the closet? Because it's important. I don't think we have a Beretta. Serious business now. Firepower is a big deal whenever you're trapped in the closet. Keep these inane things in mind as you vote for what should we do the next time we get on with it.